All right, guys, you're tired of the debt collector. You see where they violated your rights, your the rule of law, and you're thinking like, what can I get for my damages? Well, let's talk about subsection 813, civil liability. Amount of damages. A. Except as otherwise provided by this section, any debt collector who fails to comply with any provision of this subchapter with respect to any person is liable to such person in the amount equal to the sum of 1. Any actual damage sustained by such person as a result of such failure because you did not comply and listen to the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. This is what you're going to pay. In the case of any action by an individual, such additional damages as the court may allow, but not exceeding $1,000. Or, in the case of a class action, such amount for each named plaintiff as could be recovered under subparagraph A, and such amount as the court may allow for all other class members without regard to a minimum individual recovery not to exceed lesser of $500,000 or 1% of the net worth of the debt collector. And in the case of any successful action to enforce the foregoing liability, the cost of the action, together with a reasonable attorney's fee as determined by the court. On a finding by the court that an action under this section was brought in bad faith and for the purpose of harassment, the court may award to the defendant attorney's fees reasonable in relation to the work expended and costs. All right, guys, so let's talk about that. We don't go any further because they talking about different information as it relates to class action, suits, and jurisdiction. But I just want you to see that if a debt collector violates any portion of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, for each occurrence, because each occurrence is a separate issue, when you take an action, you make the court move and they find it in your favor, they have to pay your reasonable attorney fees and damages as the court may allow, but not to exceed $1,000. In the case of a class action, it can't exceed the lesser of $500,000 or 1% of the net worth of the debt collector. So in Credit Bureau Secrets Exposed, if you do your process right and you understand the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, there's recourse for you. There's money in it for you. Because in Credit Bureau Secrets Exposed, there's a notice of intent to sue. But you have to map out how they violated your rights and your laws. And in these letters, we point out how they can violate. All right. And then the cool thing about it is if you need to take action, we have a service in place because we're not attorneys. This is not legal advice. This is the rule of law. This is public information. But as far as the process and legal procedure, we have a mechanism, a service in place that could help you fight those legal battles. So it's not like you're going to be left alone. Okay, yeah, I see they violated my rights, the law here, but what do I do next? So stay tuned, stay informed, and get your copy of Kill Bad Credit of Credit Bureau Secrets Exposed, available at killbadcredit.com. Check out the other videos, subscribe to our channel, like our videos, stay informed. We're breaking the shackles of debt, we're building communities, one person at a time.